Okay, here we are in the third and fourth place series, best of seven series in the Aureil Stormgate Invitational. And this is going to be starring TheoRy in the red Infernal and his opponent Aureil in the blue Celestial. So Aureil has made it into his own third and fourth place match. He was in the semis, but he lost to Snockstar. And TheoRy, he also in the semis lost to Mixu. And we'll be seeing that matchup just coming up next. Now, Aureil has some really interesting builds, including some cheesy ones that have been on showcase here in this tournament. So we'll see what he's planning to do. His arc ship is already moving off towards this mine here. Now I have watched enough games in this this tournament now to know what his plan is here. He's gonna try and creep these Shadow Mastiffs with a power bank with a Sovereign's Watch. And it looks like TheoRy scouted this. I'm not sure if he went down to the natural to see if there was the collection array there, but he is going to be creeping himself, and it looks like he is... Okay, so this was a slightly different than he's done in the past. I think all of these slimes were on the Hexen, 2 slimes on this Gaunt. Now that Gaunt's going to have to get out of the way, yeah. Single Gaunt can't tank 2 slimes. And sure enough, we do see the Sovereign's Watch creeping going down, as I mentioned. Bye-bye to the Shadow Mastiffs. Although, I thought usually that Morph Core sticks around and kills the last Shadow Mastiff. At least I've seen that in other versions of this creeping style. And we're going to see instead the Morph Core head over here for maybe another collection array. There we go. Here comes the other Morph Core out. This one is going to take out the Shadow Mastiff. And there it goes, and then we'll also be able to capture the speed camp. And we do have another Morph Core going down. Sorry, another collection array. Almost done. Boom. Alright, so that means Aureil's up to 4 collection arrays. Also has summoned a Prism to gather some Therium here. And TheoRy, out creeping on the map, has taken his speed camp now and is moving towards the vision camp. He's on single conclave tech with a vault on the way. And it looks like Greater Shrine just started. And some Scout Fiends. They're not just Scout Fiends, they're annoying Fiends, because the purpose of them is to just do a little bit of DPS to these collection arrays. Let's see here, yeah, so just a wee bit of damage that's enough to annoy Aureil and force Aureil to bring, say, some Argents back to clean it up. This one does get cleaned up. And are they going to go try and get this one now? Actually, this Fiend, there was another one at this collection array too. They're now trying to get out of there. Not sure what that's about. Maybe just wanting to preserve them. There's a little healing flower there you could have chomped down. And okay, a single Brute's being added. We're up to 6 Gaunts. And okay, so now we're seeing Fiends attacking these little creepy chickens. They actually give you 15 resources when you do this. So that's the purpose of doing that. Now that was, I believe, a mistake on this map. There was another 2 down here. Did he already take them out? I'm not sure. But when this map was being created by one of Frost Giant's engineers, map designers, I guess we'll call them, he wanted to put some chickens on the map, and in the asset library there are a number of different chickens available. One of them is a creep. This one says right on it, chicken creep. And these were the old versions of the creeps in the alpha before there were actual creeps. You would just come up to a tower, like the Luminite Tower, and there would be a chicken there, and you kill the chicken. to gain access to it. Now, you might see that on Stormgate archives if you watch that stream every once in a while. There will be some early alpha games, and you'll see the chicken creeps. So the map designer here accidentally put chicken creeps on the map instead of chicken critters. Now, chicken critters are what you normally see. They don't give you any money. And so because of that accident, now there's this sort of extra creeping style you can do on this map to get a little bit extra income if you can kill those chickens. I think there's even more chickens on the map. I don't know where they all are. But those 4 in the center, I think, are all creeps. Now, talking a little bit about the tech here, Aureil has added Cree with roll up. And did they get the photocapacitors? No, photocapacitors is not yet researched, but maybe is on the way. Let's take a check. Not yet, actually. Instead, we have some Cabal on the map. I love the Cabal as a unit, and I want to see it get a little more use. I also kind of like this particle effect that follows it around as it flies. It's kind of super cool. Okay, so both sides have been kind of passive so far in terms of staying on their own side of the map and creeping what they can. Now, it looks like TheoRy's been a little bit more aggressive. He's got his Therium camp. And it looks like Aureil has mostly stayed in this kind of forward position here with his units. Sabers being added now. Another Fiend running by. More Therium mining going down, and a couple Star Forges in the back there. And these units are moving forward now. Maybe for a little bit of aggression. And Aureil does have the supply lead here, so this could be bad news for TheoRy. We see the army moving first forward and taking out some of these effigies. And there goes another one. And now, okay, now we're going to get a little combat. Now there are Spriggans above, but the Cabal, do they have Gravity Flux that they can deal with that? A lot of Kree going down to start out here. But again, the supply advantage is in Aureil's favor. Aureil also has these Sabers in the back that are doing some nice splash damage here. But Aureil is being forced back. He moves off of the Shroud, but some of TheoRy's Gaunts are still fighting from the Shroud. Now, I'm assuming they have Plague Axes. Yes, they even have Reaper's Rush up already. Okay, and there's a little back and forth. Now, a lot of these Argents are weak. They're also on low power now. Looks like most of the Cabals are out of energy as well. So now this is not going very well for Aureil. Instead, these tier 1 units from TheoRy are being able to push forward and get the kills they need on these higher tech units that are out of energy. And bye-bye Cabals. There's just a couple of Sabers left. They use their, what is it called? The acceleration, the proton accelerator or something like that to get out of there. Mass accelerator, if I remember correctly. A couple Argents being chased down. They're going to be taken out. We have Sabers on the high ground. This is a nice position for them. But the Sprigs can come and get on them. Instead, these Sprigs are going to chase a couple back. There's a Sovereign's Watch called. And these two are also going to use their Mass Accelerator to get out. Now, Sabers have two cool abilities that you don't really comment on them too much because you don't see them in action. One is that speedy boost that allows them to speed out of there. The other one is a heal that they can use. I'm not sure if those have been triggered yet. That will allow them to heal up out of combat if I remember correctly. Armor, what is this? Yeah, no upgrades on them yet. Okay, so TheoRy taking the advantage that he gained from that battle, which was to basically get rid of a lot of those units from Aureil and put them back more on equal terms. We see their supplies are indeed kind of on more equal terms here. One brute getting caught out here and gets picked off. But the rest of TheoRy's army is going to rotate back around. It looks like it's headed maybe to this speed camp here. While Aureil is being aggressive with his units too. trying to get out on the map, has a bunch of vectors added now, and the vectors are better anti-air, as well as anti-light units. Actually, I think that might have changed in the last patch, if I remember correctly. Oh, it still says they do bonus damage versus light. Oh, so it's in the air. Wait. Unfortunately, the vector I was looking at died because there's a battle going on. So let's maybe pay a little more attention to what's going on under our nose. We've got Weavers lashing in, getting that one Cabal. That was the lone Cabal. I think he switched off the Cabal tech. We see a lash going down on an Argent. That's a little bit strange with these sabers in the back. You might want to lash them down instead. But we have Spriggans on top of them, and the Spriggans are doing some good damage. We have the Vectors trying to deal with the Sprigs, but there's just too many of them. And now this smaller group of units is going to try and retreat, but no, they're not going to get out of here. They should just turn and fight, get whatever damage you can. But instead, they're gone. TheoRy's going to stop and take out these Shadow Masses, partly because I think some Plague Axe bounced and aggroed them. And they're gone. And now I think TheoRy's is in a real good position in terms of supply at least, and is going to take this opportunity to try and take these Luminite towers and get a little bit more ahead. TheoRy is added a 4th base here. Let's see what kind of tech he's up on. His Elder Shrine is on the way. They're not there yet, but on the way. Meanwhile, with also Arc Station, with Arc Fortress on the way. So both of them trying to get up to tier 3 here. Both thinking that's going to be the finishing blow for them. Now for Aureil, of course, there's always the threat of that Super Fortress Laser, a Fate's End, coming melting some bases. This base is a potential target. But to do that, this is a late game. To do that, he'd have to get that fortress past this fleet of Spriggans here. And we're seeing the whole army here rotate up to the top to try and take out this base. We got a Sovereign's Watch going down. It's going to take out a single Sprig. But that's it for the Aureil. And bye-bye Purifier. The Prisms are trying to get out of here so they can live and harvest another day. Now, Aureil is not necessarily taking the opportunity there to, say, do some aggression of his own, with TheoRy kind of being out of position up there in the top right. Now, one reason for that might be because a lot of his production's right here. If TheoRy chose, okay, fine, we're going to base race. I'm going to push right into your main production. But now maybe TheoRy, where is TheoRy? Maybe he's just trying to get back into a more forward defensive position. He sees these units of Aureil coming up to the high ground, and he chases them away. Aureil's forced to move back to his base. And here come the units from TheoRy with the dragon added. He's on top. Actually, he pulls back. There's just a lot of sabers there. They're melting off those gaunts. Instead, where's he going to head in? He's heading sort of around the back, around the outside, and trying to get on top of, yeah, okay, so here's another collection array goes down, and yeah, if he can rotate through the base now. No, he decides to pull back. Oh, he's going for this tower. There is a back door along here that you can kind of rush through. There are some rocks blocking it, so you do need to take those down. And unfortunately, there's no mags or anything in this army, or else he could have also pushed through these rocks here. A ton of imps transferring down to the bottom. And that's probably because this base has mined out. And it looks like TheoRy's content right now to try and keep this supply advantage. He's already on T3. He's already got his dragon out. So he's maybe just trying to max out before pushing into all these sabers. We see he is starting to bank a little bit of Therium. We got a couple vectors and an Argent here trying to take out this. But here come a whole bunch of Weavers just saying, okay, I got you. And now we got a battle over here, although TheoRy's not sure he wants to engage from that angle. He moves his Spriggans up to help support these Weavers on the high ground, but the Weavers are going to have to retreat as some Vectors and Argents pull up. Some Weavers are going down, but the Spriggans decide to stay and fight. There's a lot of Scythes now. Scythes can be pretty good against Spriggans after the new patch. And now it's Aureil who's chasing TheoRy down. TheoRy decides to stand and fight, summons an effigy. We see that extra shroud. That looks like he's got the extra upgrade that doubles your shroud spread. And he continues to push forward. Now, what happened to all the Sprigs? It looks like he lost a lot of them there. Did the Scythes manage to take them all out? Now, those Sabers are really good against the Gaunts, but the Sabers instead choose to retreat because there's not much of a front line left. And, Aureil's supply has gone down quite a bit, and TheoRy's been able to rebuild his army much quicker. He had a little bit of a bank. We can see he's actually got a ton of Therium on bank. That's actually really good for an Infernal player. If he needs to, you can build some high-tech units with that. And also building a pretty big bank of Luminite on top of this as well. Imps moving to the front line. What's up about that? Oh, maybe they're transferring over here. Ooh, we got Flame Imps. Oh, huge harass with Flame Imps here. Just transferring imps. There's a dead imp. And more imps come and say, fine, we're making a base now. And yeah, even if he might not want to push into this more defensive position, he's just getting more and more ahead. His supply lead is almost 100. We have Sprigs going to the south, trying to take out this one again. There's already a Sarvan's Watch on it. That must have been triggered by an earlier harass. Now these Spriggans are going to try and take it out. There are Vectors here. There's another Sarvan's Watch, and one Spriggan goes down. Delta jumping on top of the Spriggans, taking out so many more. Almost all gone. Okay. And recalling back. So that was really good for Aureil, trying to get back in this by taking out some of those Spriggans. We see a bunch of Shadow Flyers added to deal with any Scythe tech, and we see more Scythes are indeed being added. But we also see that, I think, not so many more... Okay, there are more Spriggans being added now. Wondering if TheoRy might be switching out of that Spriggan tech. There's a little bit of rock, paper, scissors that can go on here, where maybe I go air and you go anti-air, and then I step out of air so that you're no longer countering what I've been building. Okay, a single Argent taking that Vision Camp, but TheoRy still... not willing to commit into any battle here. Maybe concerned he's going to throw the game. Because it is in his advantage at the moment. He's been doing better with the harass. He's been doing better of denying bases. And he's been doing better in terms of creating his own bases. The map sort of looks like it's divided in half, but he's got both of these corner bases. And it's not clear that Aureil's been able to keep all his bases up. This base has been denied a couple times. And TheoRy, I think, is just out saying, fine, I'm gonna go recreate all these camps. When you have this big an army, when you're almost maxed out, you could easily grab half of them and throw them up here and grab some more and send them that way. Creep all the camps at the same time. Of course, your units are not in a big ball, and they might be a little out of position if you do that, but... more Flame Imp harass. Shadow Flyers. Okay, this is not looking good. They got some violence in their mind. And there's going to be a engage here, but TheoRy just walks by. He doesn't want to engage with all his units spread out like that. Okay, Shadow Flyers, where are you off to? Uh-oh. Here we see an arc ship. Are they going to take the arc ship out? Nope. They go for a dive bomb on the collection array. And here they go for another one. Dive bomb on the collection array. Boom. Bye-bye collection array. That's going to be a serious harass on the income of Aureil right now. And now we're going to get a major fight in the middle. TheoRy is maxed out. And Aureil's units are going down really quickly. We see that TheoRy's just pushing right up on top of these Argents. We got some good lashes going down on Sabers and Cabals. Now the Weavers are just walking right on top of the Argents. They can do that, and that's going to be GG out of Aureil in this first game. Alright, here we are in game number 2 of this matchup between Aureil here in the blue Celestial and his infernal opponent TheoRy, spawning in the top left of Lost Hope. Now, Aureil's Archship is moving in this direction. If I suspect his build, he's probably going to head towards this mine as well, which is actually out of or in the wrong direction. Now TheoRy has scouted cross spawn, and he has found him with the skull. That's why TheoRy does the cross spawn, I guess. And he's getting a great scout here, seeing the morph core turning into the collection array on the low ground. And also, I don't know if he got close enough to see the Archship there, but now he's sending his Hexen back home. He's opened with a Conclave. So only a single production building from him. And again, that's pretty standard. Standard if what you want to do is go for a quick expo. And sure enough... Oh, I was going to say that looked like an expo imp, but no, it was a meat farm imp. Okay, and he's going for creeping. He's doing that cool thing with his gaunts in the back again, so that they can do some tanking of their own. And we're up to another collection array from Aureil, and a morph core on the way. We can already see that it is rallied over here. So Aureil also staying with a eco build, although also cool. He's using his morph core to get some damage on these slimes. What that does is it ensures that all 5 slimes can be creeped by this strategy. And we'll see that here. Oh, actually another morph core has to pop out. I didn't realize that, so not quite getting enough damage done. But the next morph core does get it finished. And we see the first morph core is already turned into a collection array. And what is this other morph core going to turn into? Another creation chamber or something else? Although it looks like there are gaunts already in the base. TheoRy has got that speed camp and then used it to rush right up into the base. So he has to retreat from a Sovereign's Watch. We see another Archship going down here on the low ground. Archship provide power as well as an ability to produce prisms and morph cores. And now we see these gaunts coming back to finish off the power bank. And there is not power for another Sovereign's Watch. There may be a charge. If so, we'll take them into red power. That goes down. Another power bank. Actually, we're going to focus on the link node here. So another power bank arrives, putting them into yellow power. And now power bank goes down, still in yellow power. And now they're going to be focusing on the collection array. One Argent pops out but has to run away, cannot deal with that army. Does get to safety, is going to power up, and I imagine get healed by the... Oh, the Archship's not done yet. And this collection array is... yeah, gone. Gone. Okay, and now there's focus fire on the creation chamber. More gaunts showing up. This Argent getting aggroed in, trying to get a couple shots off, but the gaunts just repositioning so that they can focus fire down the creation chamber. And this is, you know, pretty bad for Aureil, but also not super devastating, as there are other collection arrays out on the map already. So it is eco-harassed, but it hasn't ended the game yet. Another Sovereign's Watch coming down. So more power being spent. And these units now pushing into these Argents, but rotating up to the high ground to do this again. There is enough power for another Sovereign's Watch, but are there enough charges? That's the real question. We do not see a Sovereign's Watch coming down, and instead we're going to see this being lifted up. Can it get away in time? Because that's a lot of DPS coming out from the Gaunts. Even lifted up can still be DPS down. A Skull of Shedda will give you vision, but instead these Gaunts have to turn and fight. There are actually kind of some flanking Gaunts, but they get focus fired down. One gets taken out. Now these Argents are in retreat. One goes down, another goes down. But for that cost, they get a couple Gaunts. Another Brute going down. Actually, Brute's being split. And the Argent's trying to get back in the base, but actually these Gaunts want to go and do more damage to the eco. Did we get that? Oh, did it? No, it didn't. It floated down here. So now we're seeing another power bank go down. That's going to make it hard to use another Sovereign's Watch when there's a charge ready. The Argents come to a fight, and yeah, the Gaunts have to turn and fight the Argents, but they go down. There are Plague Axes here, so we're seeing Fiends showing up. More Brutes show up. This is not good news for Aureil. 2 Brutes on top of these Argents. They just hit so heavy. The Argents have to retreat all the way back to their power banks, giving them a little bit more energy to fight with. This collection array, it had to lift off, and it's almost dead. It's gonna be dead. It goes down. And, oh, we actually had a Shroud Stone over here. Didn't see that go down. And now it looks like, okay, this is not good. This, no. Oh, no. Oh, gee, move commanding into their own death. Oh, jeepers. Don't like to see that. Especially when there's been such a good advantage so far for TheoRy in this match. Sacrificing a lot of his units there. Okay, he's already chopped down these trees. So one thing I do like about TheoRy is he's not trying to attack into this, which is maybe a little better fortified if those Argents can wedge themselves in the healing camp. He's just like, I'll take out all the other bases you have on your map. Trying to lift off. After last patch, it now takes 5 seconds to lift off instead of 1. There are Gaunts here, but I'm pretty sure this should be able to go hide on the high ground. There's still an array here. This array's gone back down. This array was destroyed, and there is no new array here. The Argents have moved across the map, and they are up the ramp, and they are into the imp line. The imps have had to turn and fight. Actually, they're not sure what they're doing. They're trying to mineral path into the main. But there are some Kree here. And, oh no, these units were so far across the map trying to do some damage. So now we're having a awkward defense out of TheoRy. He's had to rush away more of his imps. So these imps, mineral walked all the way over here. The Argents are trying to chase them down. Kree in the main trying to get rid of these imps. A single Brute's popped out. Kree at the front trying to take out production. And only now do we see the army showing up. There's actually a creation chamber going down right in the main. Although Aureil cancels it, thinking better of it. And a lot of the imps maybe have gone down here. There's 0 working here. There's only 4 here. Oh, geez. Okay, now there's 10. A lot of them were running around. So these Kree are going to go down. And there's 5 here. And a full base here. So, not awesome for TheoRy. Not terrible either. Got a Purify going down to try to get as much power on those Argents as possible. A Mag showed up, but the Mag was low on health, so it wanted to walk away. It chomped down and got some more Shroud Skin, so it's doing fine now. There is a Creation Chamber here up on the high ground, but the Kree that rolled out of it has already been taken down, and now there's a Fiend trying to DPS it down. Very weak Argent, sorry, trying to find some freedom. They're not going to. They're going to go down as well. And this is going to be cleaned up by TheoRy, it looks like, while he's actually out creeping as well. So he's not super worried about this anymore. He did take some pretty bad eco damage there, but he's been dealing eco damage to Aureil the whole early game here. Another base about to go down here. This base already claimed. This base still here. So Aureil not completely dead after the earlier game, and that harass may have helped him get in a little bit. Although, take a quick look at the supply and you're going to see a story here. And that story is that Aureil has nothing. He has nothing, and TheoRy has a lot. He's going to smash down the back door with this Magmadon. This Magmadon that has survived since that earlier defense and is back up to full white health. And here he goes. Then this is my death ball, and it's coming to deal the death. Collection Array, you're going to go down. And we see a Sovereign's Watch, but it's not going to last very long. In fact, it's not going to last long enough to even lift off fully. Now we have another Collection Array here, and that's just GG called from Aureil. He knows it's over. So let's go into game number 2. Alright, here we are in game number 3 here on Isle of Dread in this 3rd, 4th place match between Aureil here in the blue Celestial and his infernal opponent Aftermath's TheoRy, who so far has taken 2 matches off Aureil, hoping to go all the way here. At the moment, the prize pool is $750. That means that these two are basically playing over 75 bucks right now. They've each already won 75 bucks, making it this far. And whoever wins this will win another 75 bucks. So good on them. And TheoRy's come to scout, but the arc ship was already over the tree, so I think he may not have seen the arc ship there. Wait a second. I was not taking a look at this build. We went Therium Purifier first with a Creation Chamber next. This is a sneaky little build. This is Aureil's sneaky build. I expect that we will see some cheese coming out, some fromage in this game. Now, TheoRy sees, wait, Therium Purifier, Creation Chamber, that's not a normal Aureil build. Aureil likes to go Collection Array, Collection Array, Collection Array, Collection Array, Collection Array. You know, as many Collection Arrays as he can make before making a Creation Chamber. Nice swap. Good move by Aureil. Moving this over here. I think while they're... Oh no, you need to surge it to get the healing. But he swapped his prisms out. And then it looks like the Hexen had to hokey pokey her way home. We have a Expo here. Now, that's where this arc ship's going to be headed. And by arc ship, I should say arc station. It's already at tier 2. And do we have a tier 2 not on the way yet for TheoRy? And that could be a problem. When I've seen Infernals defend against this build, it's typically with Spriggans, is what I've seen. Not necessarily Gaunts, because we see a Legion Hull going down here, and it's going to produce a Seraphim, but once tier 3's up, it's very likely going to produce an Archangel. Do we have tier 3 on the way yet? Yes, it's already started. Alright, so TheoRy is playing a pretty standard match so far. He's got a Brute, which, well, not going to be great against what's about to come. There's a single Argent here. I'm not sure what that's doing. Maybe he wants to join the fight when it all begins. But he gets spotted out, and he's going to get hunted down and murdered. Bye-bye, Argent. Probably not a huge blow, because we see the Seraphim's already out. And now Theory's going to see the Seraphim. Seraphim's trying to get last kills, but it's not clear again who did. Couple gaunts here. This is actually good for Theory. If he could kill that Seraphim early here, that could be really good for him. Now, okay, the arcs, for some reason the animation was off there. The Arc Fortress is now done. We have our first Archangel coming out, and these units from Theory, well, I like this in terms of the gaunts trying to start DPSing down the Arc Fortress, but the Arc Fortress is at 1600 health, and it heals, of course. It's really hard to take down. And Aureil is hoping there's a base here that he can base in, but there is not. So he's like, okay, I need to get out of here. Notice how he's flying along the cliff. That's so the gaunts cannot see him. With a Skull of Shetta, he could. And now he's getting DPS down. But again, it takes a long time for gaunts to do that much damage. Some Shadow Flyers, are they going to impact? They do, which gives a armor debuff. But now there's no damage going down. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Where are you going, Gaunties? And there is the first Fate end, and it's going to melt the Twilight Spire. There are also 2 power banks being summoned there. And the Archangel here is being chased around by the Hexen. But he's going to go and get a huge Meteor Strike. No, that was not a Meteor Strike. He just landed. I didn't even know you could do that. I thought you had to Meteor Strike. But he's moving out. And the Arc Fortress is powered up on the low ground here. Comes in with another one and is trying to take out the... what do we call this? The Shadow Cleft, which is used to make the Spriggans. But we do have Spriggans on the map already. So the Shadow Cliff goes down, and the first couple Spriggans are out. They're trying to focus fire down the Arc Fortress. Ooh, it's super low right now, actually. What do we have here? Oh, that's the Binding Saliva from the Spriggans. Now the Spriggans are fighting with the Archangel, who's gonna go down. Power Bank's going down. Arc Fortress at 300 and less health. It's about to go down here. This is it for the Arc Fortress, and that's got to be GG out of Aureil, and indeed it is. Okay, here we are in game number 4, possibly the last match here in this best of 7 between Aftermath's Theory here in the Blue Infernal and his opponent Aureil, who was also the admin and organizer of this tournament. So shout out to Aureil if this is your last game in the series, my friend. Thanks a lot for hosting this tournament. It was a super fun tournament, and I hope to see more tournaments in the future from you. This was very well organized, really cool, and I had a lot of fun casting it, so thanks a lot. Now his arc ship being suspicious. Now I can't remember. Can you see over the... Can you see it when it's over the light forest? Probably. You can't see it once it gets over the other forest here, and it's not clear that Theory was close enough to actually see that. Theory comes into the main base. You notice, see, he's looking. Is there a Purifier over here? No. And then look at this scout pattern. He goes right here, so he doesn't have to walk around the outside. Sees that there's a collection array there, and then just teleports home. So no Purifier yet, meaning no fast Arc Fortress. Although I could imagine there be sort of a fake out version of this build where right after the Hexen leaves, then you throw down your Purifier and you start getting, you know, it might slow down your Arc Fortress by a minute, but if your opponent thinks you're going macro and you still show up with your Arc Fortress a little bit late, that could still be pretty devastating. We'll see. Maybe that will happen in some future games. Now watch out, this gaunt. Oh, poor Theory. He put his gaunts in the right positioning. At least he thought he did. But one of them had aggroed 2 of the slimes, not just one, and it went down. So kind of bad blow in the early game here. We see him already lumberjacking these woods. Now the reason behind that is just in case there was a Legion Hall going down in the middle of the map there. That way he could already have his units on top of that Legion Hall. Instead, they're trying to come here on top. Ooh, the Fiends get taken out. And that didn't actually delay any creeping here. There's still a Starman's Watch on that power bank. And if his Gaunt's here... No, no, no. Watch out, buddies. Oh, no, 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 no. And walking right into the Sov's Watch. Oh, geez. Not a great start for TheoRy so far this game. Losing a Gaunt creeping. Losing 2 more Gaunts to Starman's Watch there. And now trying to fight with this Morph Core that's going to also try and focus fire down another Gaunt. Actually goes for the effigy first, and then turns into a power bank. So now TheoRy, this aggression doesn't seem well advised. So now he's going to teleport off. I'm dealing with a little bit of kitty cat aggro right now. I'll have her cleared out. Maybe after the next game I'll give her her treats. It's treat time. It's treat hour. We see another Arc ship going down and a Guardian Nexus, but we also see this Lumber Imp. This Lumber Imp has one job and one job only, and that is just to chop down trees on the map. Says, fine, I'm done with these trees. I'm not going to bother you. I'm going to go chop down more trees. Where are you going, buddy? Oh, you're going to go hide out over here, are you? Okay, I like it. Another base going down for TheoRy here. Now, TheoRy's trying to recover because he lost so many of his units in that early game there that it really is in Aureil's favor. But he has built up a small creeping force again. And he's going to come and, looks like, take out his vision tower here. And sure enough, he is. Now, what's Aureil got going down? He's building a little Argent Ball back home. I imagine, yeah, we got roll up on the way. So some tree will be added. And it's just a little slower development for him. Now, there is... Oh, he's going to turn this into a Shroud Stone. It's just preemptive to delay a Morph Core that's going to try and take that. Okay, dropped an effigy to help get a little bit of white health regen. And then he's going to take out the energy camp. And again, it looks like Aureil is sort of forced to hold back. Oh, cool. Cabal Adept training. So I guess we know what's going to be coming out next. We're going to be getting a Cabal switch. Remember, there was some Cabal in that first game, and I think that really was that was one of the more exciting games in this match so far. The one on Ruination, if I'm remembering correctly, that was game 1. And now this Argent Ball is out creeping, but TheoRy wants to be a little bit aggressive. He moves in, but a Sovereign's Watch gets called and he has to back off. Sovereign's Watch is certainly a really good deterrent in the early game to keep any early aggression off. He just, maybe that was his whole goal, is to trigger that, spend a little bit of power, force another power bank to be built. That's going to cost some Luminite. And look at this, he's dropping down 3 more production buildings, kind of forward here as well. And now we also see the photo capacitors being upgraded for Aureil. No Cabals added yet, but there are Kree there. We see a Saber being added. So the Kree's going to come and try and take out this effigy, and TheoRy lets him do that. Okay, these armies are squaring up here in front of the third base for TheoRy. A lot of Gaunts were in the front line there, and they all get squished by those Kree. That's not good for TheoRy. Sometimes you just need to position your brutes out front so that that kind of thing doesn't happen. Most of the Kree being cleaned up here, but the Shroud Stone now going down. The Sabers in the back are doing a lot of work. And we're seeing, okay, Brute's almost all cleaned up. The Gaunts now are trying to get some traction here. We get another Manifest Shredstone, which spreads more Shroud out. And, oh, it's those Sabers in the back that are just melting the Gaunts. As the Gaunts stand in a lineup like that, they're basically saying to the Sabers, please kill a bunch of us all at once. And unfortunately, that's just what Gaunts do. That's what units do in an RTS, is they try and form a concave. And Sabers are really good against the concave. And now we're seeing production going down. A vault went down, which is not too big, but now we're going to start seeing some conclaves going down. That means the Gaunt tech's going to be harder to produce. These Weavers are going to be harder to produce. This Weaver is about to go down. We see one Saber get pulled in, but the Weaver does go down. There's only a couple Gaunts here. The Kree are right on top of them, and they're going to go down as well. Now there's just 5 Sabers having fun. 2 are chilling out. I don't know what these 2 are doing. They're certainly in range of this here. Why are they not shooting it? Why are you not shooting? I'm not sure. But it doesn't really matter because that's a GG called from TheoRy. And we're going to go into game number 5. Okay, here we are in the 5th game of this best of 7 series with Aureil here in the blue Celestial, surging his Arc Fortress and sending it in this direction. Now, if he is trying to be aggressive with his play this time, this is going to be good. This is the right direction. He's flying the right way. Now, TheoRy going cross map again. I like this. I think this is a new style I've seen out of him. He did it on Isle of Dread as well, or sorry, Lost Hope as well. And that's scouting cross with his Hexen, but sending. Now, did he see the Arc Fortress? I think he did, or the Arc Ship, but he didn't send his. Okay. His Hexen is okay. I was wondering, when is the Hexen going to turn around? And he did impact the skull on the prism here, which doesn't really gain him much. He probably could have tried to send the skull over here. And let's see. Yeah, okay, I was wondering, is the Hexen going to come and try and see if there's a collection array? I think the skull went far enough to see there's no Therium Purifier, but yeah, he's being very thorough here. He wants to see, like, is that Arc Fortress build on the way, or is this going to be a more standard macro build? And even though that Arc Fortress build was kind of made popular by Aureil in the King of the Hill tournament that was last week, I think, it's not really his preferred style. He's not a cheesy player typically. He's more of a macro player, and I think that's just part of his repertoire. When you're playing a best of 7 series, you don't always want to play the exact same style, or your opponent might be able to blind counter you. And so I think mixing a cheesy play in like that every once in a while can be good. Of course, it didn't work for him in game 3. He instead won last game by just playing a little bit more his normal style. And a couple of annoying Fiends here. Okay, they actually switch up and try and get on the power bank, but then they see the Morph Core and they're like, let's get out of here. We're going to rush back to the healing camp and just hang out there. I'm wondering if they can out-heal in the healing camp the DPS of a Morph Core. They just got their healing and then they rush back to kill the power bank. Meanwhile, this collection array is also going down. We did see a Sarvin's Watch over here on the collection array, so that means these power banks are in jeopardy. That power bank went down. What happened to our Fiends? Were they cleaned up by the... I think they were cleaned up by the Argent there. But these units, pulling them back from the Sovereign's Watch, are now going to be on this. Now, we've seen this in a previous match from TheoRy, and he did win that match with this early aggression. Now this collection array, unfortunately, is going down. There's nothing that can be done about that. It's done. And now these units are going to be able to go back. The Sovereign's Watch was just used on that last collection array, which was probably the mistake. He probably should have saved it so he could re-trigger it on this one. But this collection array is also going to go down. There's nothing that's going to save it. Okay, it's going to try and fly to the high ground. Oh, but the skull there. Oh, enough DPS? It's not clear. It's at 5. Oh, and he goes down. Okay, the skull on the high ground was allowing the Gaunts to get that vision so that they could attack it. And now, okay, So a Fiend trying to see, is there another collection array up here? There is not. And okay, so we saw this last time. Aureil has not GG'd out yet, and instead saying, okay, I'm going to try and return the favor, go back to your base, and do some damage there. Now, fighting Fellhogs is not great, wasting all the power on the Fellhogs. That's rough. Instead, I would even want to just use that energy on the farm itself. But a few units get pumped out here, and that's enough to start chasing these away. The Argents are on low energy, even though they're on, for the most part, full health. And the Gaunts, a little bit on a move command here. I don't like to see that. Killing a chicken? No, you didn't need to kill the chicken. And we're getting a little leg spike here. I'm not sure what that's about. Meanwhile, there's a Sovereign's Watch being called on the Guardian Nexus here, and it looks like TheoRy's going to pull the rest of his units out to try and fight off here, even though he's lost a lot of Gaunts that we're trying to reinforce. And again, some more leg spikes, unfortunately. I apologize for that. And these Ardents hiding in the light forest so that there's not good surface area. The Brutes can't even get to them, but it's still going to be a GG out of Aureil, and that's going to end this third place match, with TheoRy winning third place and Aureil coming in fourth place in his own tournament. Congratulations to both of them.